Ryder, hey. Kala was right. Nothing missing except Pac. Hate imagining Kalinda tiptoeing around here, with nosy eyes and sticky fingers. Is there anything you need?
Is there more about Kalinda you want to share?
Just that I'm pissed my prior association with her has become a problem again. For me, and now for you, well, us. She's like a wart that you freeze off, but damn it, there it is again, popping to the surface.
Warts only go skin deep. Don't let her get to you.
It's so unlike me. She's just a special brand of annoying. I can't believe I ever thought I was close to her.
Did you know she was working with the Exiles?
Had no idea. Blows my mind she was leading a double life. Nexus aristocrat by day, thrill-seeking outlaw boss by night. I realize now how little I knew about her. Makes me question everything.
Tell me more about the two of you.
After she woke me from stasis, I was living off-grid, right? She set me up. Got me ID cards, access to resources. I thought we were a team. She was the society lady. Proper, established, powerful, living vicariously through me. She introduced me to her circle, showed me off, called me her little rogue. I felt special.
Were you two intimate?
Take a wild guess. Why are people so hung up on sex? It's a natural expression of attraction. We were doing exciting, daring, irreverent things. It stirs stuff up. Like shaking a bottle of champagne, you know? You should know. Better than anyone. I'm not the type to save myself.
What happened to end the relationship?
Which time? She'd thrown me aside so many times, I felt like a yo-yo. Each more cruel than the last. She'd come back with sweet talk, apologize profusely, tell me her feelings were so intense she got scared, yada yada. Until she disappeared, right around when I found my first remnant ruin. So I threw myself into that.
Let's talk about something else.
Yes, please.
How are you getting along with the team?
I'm keeping it light and pleasant. Even Lexi isn't exactly what I'd expected. And Jal, I'm learning what makes him tick. We're lucky to have an Angara with us. Asari can mate with all Milky Way species. I find myself wondering if that transcends galactic boundaries. I'm certainly not looking to reproduce anytime soon, but he seems like a good guy. What do you think?
You'll have to figure that out for yourself, PB.
Gee, thanks for lighting the way, Pathfinder.
Thanks for chatting. We'll talk again later.
You know it.
Did I hear right? You're going after the Archon ship?
Looks like it.
Last time we crossed his path, you nearly broke my baby here. Now, tell me you have a better plan of escape this go-around.
We'll be winging it, as usual.
I'll get my tools. Just... stay out of the scourge, huh?
How's your friend Jill doing?
Good. Busy. Apparently, prepping multiple species for procreation is a lot of work. Who knew? Waiting to get it all started was killing her. Now she's being shot out of a cannon, so to speak.
Are you and Callow getting along any better?
I doubt we'll ever get along, but yeah. That fight was just a blip on the radar. We're finding our way working together. It's an exercise in tolerance, for both of us.
Go easy on the guy. Don't need a tense pilot on the stick, you know?
Sure. I sometimes forget that others don't let things roll off their shoulders as easily as I do. So long as I can slip in an occasional snide comment, I'm good.
Good talking to you, Gil.
Anytime.
Hey.
Did Lexi brief you on Sam and squad connectivity yet?
Yeah. You want to hook that thing up to my comms, sure, but that's where it stops. Putting an AI in your head, giving it access to everything like that, it's begging for trouble.
Sam is part of what makes someone a Pathfinder. You're just going to have to deal with that.
So long as it's not in my head and it ain't messing with my body.
We can talk more later.
Sure.
Ryder?
I ran across another memory fragment. Dad made Sam for Mom, to cure her. I knew that was part of it, but...
You didn't know it was the driving force?
Dad was always so aloof. I never saw this side of him.
Maybe that's why he kept this memory, so you'd know.
I saw another of Dad's memories. I was in this one, Scott too. We were home visiting. Dad told us about going through the Charon relay.
So you got your sense of exploration from your father?
We joked it was in our DNA.
Then that part of him lives on.
I saw another memory that Dad locked away. The day my mom died.
I'm sorry, Ryder.
We each have our reasons for coming here. Mom was his. Her death fueled him.
Grief can be a powerful motivator.
If you can't run from it, use it. Guess that's what he did. I'll let you get back to it.
I'll be here if you need me.
Yes?
I'll see you later, Jal.
Stay strong and clear.
Tev Uni. A home on Vold. Sort of. Still feels good though.
Just wondering what you think of how I'm doing at the job.
We don't always see eye to eye. I can live with that. The initiative is too important, and I want to spend every waking minute with you. There's that.
Just checking in. I wanted to ask about you.
What do you want to know?
I have to know about the car.
We'd wrench on it as a family. Mom suggested it, and Dad liked a happy mom. That's how I fell into mechanical stuff. Armor and jump jets. Mom wasn't a fan of the second part. You know how it is.
I worried my parents from time to time.
That's a kid's job. I probably crossed the line a few times though. Like jumping a galaxy. That's why I have to make this work. If I don't, then Andromeda was a mistake. I said goodbye to too many people to let that happen.
We'll talk later.
I know it.
Hello, Sara. Pathfinder, may we discuss your romantic attachment?
Alright, but I hope you already know where babies come from.
My experience of such attachments was a long-established relationship. Cherished, familiar, but tragic.
Mom and Dad.
I have never known the beginning of an attachment. Perspective on your partner would place it in context.
I really care about him, and I hope he feels the same.
All life strives for connection. Now I understand better. Thank you.
How are those jokes coming, Sam?
My algorithm has reached the end of its iteration. Do you believe my sense of humor has improved?
Not really.
Understood. Incidentally, the shape of your face when I tell jokes is mathematically comical.
Thanks, Sam. Nothing more.
Kadara's a lifesaver. I'd promised some people some things I wasn't sure I could get. Turns out I can get them all on Kadara. Funny how things work out.
I'm just relieved that they didn't die out there without Nexus support.
Throwing people off the boat was hard, but Nexus leadership was desperate. Wasn't a great choice. Lose some people, or lose everything.
I was curious about you and Sid, being on your own from such a young age.
Yeah, I really wouldn't recommend it.
Where was your mother in all this?
Back on Palaven, I suppose. She was an awful person. All she cared about was climbing the ranks. She and my dad fought all the time. I think at the end they hated each other. When things were really tough, I thought about going back. But she wouldn't have accepted us. Whatever my dad did destroyed any chance of that.
Where was home? Palaven?
No, we'd already left Palaven by then. Whatever our dad was involved in meant we weren't welcome there. I hadn't even gone to boot camp yet. Sid was barely a year old. We eventually settled in a mining colony in the Minos wasteland. 2 years later, our dad was gone.
How did he keep you and your sister afloat?
I was barely more than a kid myself, so lots of unskilled work, construction jobs. No one else would do the dangerous stuff, so I would, being up high, crawling under things. I could shoot a gun, so eventually I moved into smuggling. Even more dangerous, but lucrative. We were never rich, but we got to comfortable.
You probably have work to do. We can chat later.
You know where to find me.
Pathfinder. When did you start believing in a god?
My parents were both scientists. My home was ruled by rationality. So when I became a teenager, let's just say that while other kids found Batarian music, I found God.
But your work as a scientist
Convinced me even more, especially when I got into molecular biology, physics. The patterns I kept seeing over and over again, they were like an artist's watermarks. God, to me, is an artist, an inventor, not someone checking to see if I brush my teeth.
I should get back to things.
Sounds good.
I hear you found a stasis locker from the Solarian Ark.
Technically, someone else found it first, but yes.
How wonderful! I know it's not the Ark itself, but any sign is better than nothing, surely. Please, if I can help the search at all, just ask. Or ask anyway. You're good company.
What do you think of the rest of the crew?
Well, I can't talk about Suvi. She's sitting right there.
I'm not listening. You can say whatever you like.
Oh no, I'm not falling for that again.
Are you and Gil still managing to get along?
It's cordial, so far. He takes approaches I'd never think of. And having all our statistics memorized saves time. We'll see. Though he insists our two FBA couplings are better than T7's, can you imagine?
You know, I really can't. I'll let you concentrate.
You know where I'll be.
Now orbiting Kadara.
First things first. Tan sent a little gift for your positive message. I'd make the most of it. Today's a tough one. The Exiles. Probably the most live-wire topic for our leaders. You've met the treacherous mutineers at Kadara Port. Some think the Exiles are a menace to be eradicated.
The Exiles have as many problems as the Initiative. Not every outlaw wants us dead.
Wow, it's almost heresy to hear that the Exiles are anything but filthy... well, exiles. Sorry, I have to cut this short. I need to prep for a meeting. Apparently some colonists want to talk about the series. Maybe they'll be willing to go on camera.
It's such a mess. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I'm watching from the gallery. You think I wouldn't keep an eye on my shipments? Please.
The use of firearms on the Nexus is against initiative regulations.
We headed out soon?
Maybe he thought he was being honest. He was being an ass.
Enough. Look, this isn't going to work.
Just give me another chance.
No. Done. The use of firearms on the Nexus is against initiative regulations.
Good morning.
Hiya.
Or is it evening?
You're listening to HNS, your source for news in Helios, an independent arm of the Andromeda Initiative. Hydroponics reports oxygen. Attention, civil disobedience has been reported in hydroponics. Security is investigating.
Pathfinder.
I have info on a specific sleeper I'd like brought out of cryo.
Did you forget the stink that playing favorites has already caused? Look, you're the Pathfinder. If you've a request for your extended team, that's a request you can make. Access the sleeper records through Brekker's console. It's none of my business. Until you make it a problem for me. Understood?
Attention, civil disobedience
Pathfinder,
has been reported
AVP
in
leveling
hydroponics.
continues as per your directions. And of course, the interface remains accessible for any future adjustments. Sweet protocol and process. Now we're living.
I have a specific person I want brought out of cryo.
Name and designation if available.
That's it? You'll just do it?
Nowhere in my job description does it say, argue with the Pathfinder. That said, I record all interactions. If something you ask for causes trouble, there'll be no doubt that you're responsible.
I heard that the chief engineer on EOS went back into cryo.
There have been a few such requests. The first few months in Helios were disheartening.
Now that Prodromos is on track, I want her redeployed.
Chief Engineer Grace Lito, designation E97 Durango. Deployment will begin shortly. Is there anything else, Pathfinder?
Why do some colonists have a number letter designation?
All initiative members do. In the CV file somewhere, anyway. It isn't relevant when everyone is doing everything. I suppose it's like caring about a middle name. Do you not know yours?
I wasn't aware I had one.
You were in select company, even before you were made Pathfinder. Sara Ryder, Pathfinder. Specialist designation A03 Malapa.
Something interesting?
An A and low odds. Someone's an early adopter.
I have a specific person I want brought out of cryo.
Name and designation if available.
Let's keep this between us. Here's the info.
Deployment will begin shortly. Is there anything else, Pathfinder?
Why'd you join the initiative?
I was a teacher. A good life. I could see the positives and negatives right through to the end.
You did the math and it said come to Andromeda?
No. I just didn't like being able to see the end. Here, I don't have a clue what tomorrow will bring. Feels more like living.
Another time.
Pathfinder.
Attention, civil disobedience has been reported in hydroponics. Security is investigating.
We're done here.
Hydroponics reports oxygen production is nominal.
Hey, Ryder, I'd like a moment.
Yes? Lieutenant Syax, right?
That's me. I'm putting together Apex strike teams to protect the people and assets you're setting up out there. We don't have a good sense of what we're up against, and could benefit from your experience.
There's no replacement for first-hand experience.
I agree, but your insights on the assholes out there would really help. You'll see. Apex will make a difference.
Weekly injury report. Minimum casualties. A good week.
Arclucidia advises stasis revival protocols are proceeding.
I'm sorry, Lana. They're just trying to boost our morale.
A broken arm doesn't lie.
I told you, she fell.
The doc says that break is a textbook case of being hit with biotics.
And they're lying too. She fell.
A correction? Is it a factual error? No. Then tell him to shove it up his ass. Politely. Pathfinder?
Talk to you later, Davis.
I'll be here.
Colonial Affairs, please advise Director Tan of your status.
Species are at odds as talks break down over a unified curriculum for initiative kids. The Asari say they'll wait it out until demands are met. This is HNS.
Just a few more minutes, and we'll take you over.
This is not good. Damned exiles. Are you sure you want to do this, Nilkin?